Let me take you back to 2020, before lockdown, before the time that everyone wants to forget. Back in January 2020, I made one of my favorite videos I've ever posted to YouTube, which was putting nylon strings on an electric guitar. Like I said, that video was super fun to make, an interesting experiment, and unbelievably, that video blew up. I did not expect it to, and as of recording, it has over 40,000 views. And since that day, I've been thinking of ways to wanting to do a part 2, wanting to follow up from this, and the main one I thought of was, what if you put it on nylon strings on an electric guitar with a whammy bar, but not just a Bigsby, not just a Fender style tremolo, but what if you put it on one of the most difficult restringing guitars of all time with a Floyd Rose? Well, a string broke on my Chapman, so what better time than now? Good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on when you're watching this. How's it going, guys? First off, I hope you're having a good day today. Hope your days go well and hope it continues to go well. Here's putting nylon strings on the Floyd Rose equipped guitar. Let's get right into it. As you saw, this is our victim today. This is a Chapman Guitars ML1 Norseman from 2016, again equipped with a Floyd Rose. What makes this style whammy bar such a difficult one to restring? Well, there are so many factors that go into restringing these, such as if your whammy bar is floating and can recess in the body, you need to make sure that it doesn't fall fully in the body. You have to do one string at a time. You need to undo Allen keys down here and up at the locking nuts. You need to cut the ball end off of your string down here and or put the ball end side over here and put the top end down here, make a cut somewhere. Then you have to put the string in the slot, lock it back up, run it up. Then it can pop out either then or when you're on another string. You have to redo this whole process. Tuning it is such a pain in the butt because you have to do it up here, down here, and once you go back up, you need to retune down here just because of how the whammy bar setup works. And if you switch string gauges, you need to do adjustment in the back, make sure that the whammy bar is sitting flush with the body, and probably other factors that I'm forgetting. But this is such a pain in the butt guitar to restring, but hypothetically we are taking a step out because most classical guitar strings don't have the ball end. It's just one big piece of nylon going down to the bridge up at the top, and you just need a tie end down here and tie end up at the top. And as we figured out in 2020, if you do it the normal way, you don't have to make a tie up at the top. You can just loop it through like you are just doing electric guitar strings. So any tying and any cutting you eliminate out of the question. Then again, you still need to deal with the whole tuning issue and getting it in place of the bridge saddles, but hey, we are taking a step out. And it's worth mentioning that nylon guitars on an electric guitar body with whammy bars aren't exactly unheard of, because in 1996, Fender Japan made a signature Yngwie Malmsteen guitar that had nylon strings, had an electric guitar body, had a Piezo pickup system, and had a whammy bar. But with that being said, it's still not Floyd Rose, and I don't know if anyone has done a Floyd Rose equipped nylon string guitar before. And of course, the keyword to the Yngwie one was Piezo pickup. And as we figured out in 2020, the electric guitar pickups on most electrics won't be able to pick up the sound of nylon strings because it's a different material. It's not metal, it's not nickel like most electric strings, it's nylon. So we are going to put a Piezo pickup on the Chapman when we do our little audio test to see how it feels. So with that being said, there's not much to say, so let's go ahead and restring up the Chapman. And the strings we're going to be using today are the Ernie Ball Ernesto Pala black and silver strings. To the workbench. And if you happen to enjoy this video, I do have a Bigsby guitar as well as a Fender style guitar we can put nylon strings on as well. If that's something you're interested in, let me know in the comments. Anyway, to restringing. You see, that's what makes Floyd Rose so difficult. It's just the balance of getting it down at this end and not whiplashing back at you. This right here is the other danger of the Floyd, is that sometimes the strings will unthread itself, which makes it way more difficult to restring. Again, happened there. Like I said, this is going to be the most difficult and tedious process, because this stuff happens on Floyd Rose guitars, and not necessarily on hardtails, but on Floyd Roses, and that chance is double when you incorporate the Floyd in there. Also, I do want to point out that it's going on 12 minutes. I just got the low E string done. It's not in tune at all, but we're finally moving on to the A string. "17 minutes now, and I'm moving on to the G string. Halfway done, that I need to fully tune it up. "35.5 minutes, put all the strings on the guitar. Now it's time to finally tune it, and I need to take this out of here to see how far recessed we are in the body. And oh my, we are deep in there. I don't know how well it's coming across on the GoPro, but I can just stick my finger in there, and if I lay it flush, it goes in there above my nail. Oh, this is fun. I don't know if I'm going to set it up, because I'm going to change the strings after this, but I'm at least going to get it in tune.
I don't understand.
And you see, this is what makes the Floyd Rose process difficult. And then another string, the low E string, also came undone. I'm starting to doubt if this is actually possible. Okay. Okay, so now it's time to do a scary process. We're gonna put the locking nuts back on the top, then fine tune it. Okay, so originally I was tuning this guitar to E flat, then D standard because tuning issues, then the upgraded component fell out. So let's see if the wind bar needs restrung. So far, so good. Oh, we are still awfully out. So we're going to tune it a bit more. So far, this process has been over an hour long.
We all do, bud.
Ah! Oh, come on, I was close to being in tune too. Come on. Ah! And just like that, we are finally in tune. Amazing, wonderful. That process took over an hour, and of course it's gonna be hard for you to hear just because I'm not plugged into anything yet, but we are in tune. So I'm gonna let this sit overnight, and then we will go ahead and plug it in and test it out. Till then, I'm gonna go to bed because, oh, I'm so tired after all that. Unbelievably, the Floyd Rose is sitting flush against the body, which is surprising, going from a 9-gauge string all the way up to a 28 gauge, yet the Floyd is sitting flush with the body on both sides. Which means no setup is required. I'll take it. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow because, man, I'm tired. And here we are. It's been over 12 hours. Let this guitar sit overnight. Are we still in tune? Kinda. A little bit out of tune there, especially on that top string. The Floyd Rose has recessed in the body a little bit, as you can see there. It's no longer flush, which is fine. So I'm going to go ahead and tune this, and then we'll go ahead and plug it in. Well, I'm gonna get in tune as much as I can, because as you can see with the high E string, it is still not in tune. It's still very flat, and I am actually out of length on the fine tuners, so I'm gonna try to get it as tuned as I can. So I spent about 5 minutes trying to get into on the fine tuners. We were running up about 50 cents flat, but I figured to make people happy, I'll actually go ahead, take the locking nut off, and go ahead and tune it up so that way we are in tune. Fun. Alright, we are all tuned up, we are ready to go. I got my DAW in the background all set up. I'm recording through Logic Pro X with the Archetype Nolly being our amp sim today on the warm jazz setting, and I got the Piezo pickup on the Chapman ready to go. If you're wondering why we're using a Piezo pickup, it's because, as we figured out through the last time we did this, electric guitar pickups aren't capable of picking up nylon because nylon is not magnetic, unlike nickel wound strings, for example. And just to show you, I do have my guitar plugged in regularly and big old D chord. See, it's not wait, what? It's picking up a signal. What? What? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. What? Hold on. No way! No way! Okay, apparently it can. Hold on. I'm sorry for your ears right now, but... That is unbelievable. Wait, hold on.
Hello, test. Okay, so that's why we are picking up sound this go around. So, guitar pickups.
Let me go ahead and save your ears for a moment. Guitar pickups can sometimes be microphonic, which means they'll pick every sound around you, which can be very annoying, but very cool sometimes. Like, this is able to work. Then again, we have our gain boosted so much for that to work. On my SSL behind me, the gain is literally at the max. You saw how much gain I had to turn up on here to get that to work. But that is still unbelievable. Well, that's fun. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to the piezo pickup so that way we don't get this static sound. We can actually get somewhat of a better tone. Okay, the piezo pickup is now plugged in, so if I tap it, you're going to be able to hear as well as every other sound this guitar makes, including from the littlest of bumps. And I decided to put the piezo pickup right between the two pickups because I feel as though if it was back by the Floyd Rose, you would hear all the springs in the back move, every little movement. Then again, you should be able to hear that anyway. If you're wondering what kind of piezo pickup this is the Adeline AD35. I'll put an Amazon affiliate link down in the description box below. But this isn't about the tone. This is about the feel of nylon strings on a Floyd Rose guitar. That is such a weird feeling because nylon strings have a tendency of feeling rubbery sometimes, and it's weird going from something that feels nice, like regular nickel strings, to something that is very, very slippery, especially because, well, these are nylon. These are nylon. These aren't thin pieces of nickel. So they will have that rubber tendency to them. I remember bends being hard. How are bends on here? Yeah, no, that was only a half-step bend. For as much as I'm bending up on the fretboard, typically that would be a whole step bend, but no, that is just a half step. Can I even do a full? Kind of, but my strings are now coming off of the fretboard to get that one bend. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and switch up the amp that we're doing. Let's go to something more rock, more metal-like. Let's go to the secret weapon in the archetype Nolly. Gain! Gain! This sounds terrible, but like I said, we are not talking about the sound and Piezo pickup's picking up my voice. Turning it down even more. Ah! You can still hear it a bit. That's so odd. Ah! Odd. That bend took little to no effort at all. Wait. I'm not even pulling down that hard. I'm not giving it a lot of pressure. That is actually insane. What if we pull up? That's crazy. That subtleness you can do with the Floyd Rose is still there, but it's you have to be way more delicate now. Like, you can kind of do those Bigsby style things, just very light pressure, or else you go into weird territory with it. Let's see. You can't do dime squeals, which is unfortunate. Can you do pinch harmonics? Okay, so if we could do satch bombs. Can we do the elephant? I forgot my volume knob doesn't work on here, but that is if you just let go, it just wobbles. That's insane. Of course, thanks to our love of the Piezo pickup, you can hear the strings move, you can hear the springs in the back. You can hear the movement of the Floyd, but this is crazy, and oh my gosh. I am always scared to pull this high, and I pulled this high unintentionally. Oh wow. That is all the way. That is all the way in there. Oh my gosh. Wow. Are we still in tune? Kind of. The low strings are in tune, but as soon as I get to that G string, we are not. So how far down can I pull? Oh my. Oh. That is terrifyingly much. Oh boy. That's actually an insane amount of wiggle room you can get with the Floyd and the whammy bar. Oh my goodness. Okay, wow. So, that's a thing. Legato on here is super hard because the strings are super slippy. And that's just down to the nylon material, and I have no idea if I said this earlier, but nylon strings tend to feel more slippy, and yes, it's so easy for any string to just slide, anything or just to slide off when doing any of this legato stuff. Even just for regular picking. And of course, muting on here is a lot harder because you're using the piezo pickup and you're not able to mute like normal. Because you have to deal with every other thing that's ringing out, which apparently includes the voice, which is annoying. Tapping on here, it's fine. Tapping on here is fine. You can still like do all your tap licks. But once again, slippy strings. And you have to put up with all the other noise that's going along with it. Bends, again, they are super hard. Sliding is easy. Sweep picking, or what I can do close to sweep picking, is fine. The cheap method of the sweep picking sounds cool. Bit harder to do it in general, but then again, I just can barely sweep pick. The two-handed tapping stuff kind of sounds cool. But like I said, you're not gonna have a real tough time tapping with it, but in sliding makes it easier, but until you like do a bend in a tap, that makes it a lot harder. I still can't believe how much far we can bend on the Floyd and how far back we can. And like the strings aren't breaking either. Typically when I do this, a string would break, and like it's all the way in the body. Like I have the bar touching the body of the guitar, which probably isn't good for the Floyd, but the fact that no string is breaking, even if I like just immediately let go, nothing. That is insane. If I just pull it back all the way. These are holding up quite nicely, and genuinely, I'm surprised. Oh, now we're starting to get very out of tune. Then again, with how much punishment I'm putting through the Floyd, I would be like that too, but man. It's not a bad tone. Not a bad tone, but like I said, it's just about the experience of these strings, and it is such a weird feeling. It feels weird going from the nylon on the electric to nylon on a classical where it's supposed to be. And it feels weird going back to a guitar with regular electric guitar strings on it. So weird. Like I said, if you want to see nylon strings on a guitar with a Bigsby, I got you covered. Oh boy, that would be weird. So overall, what did we learn from this experiment? Well, I guess the main thing is that this is super weird. Putting nylon strings on a regular hardtail guitar was weird enough, but putting it on the Floyd Rose takes it to another level just because the Floyd Rose becomes easier in ways, and weirder and wacky in others. It's easier in the terms of you don't have to put a lot of pressure on it to go super low. Like, that's no pressure at all. And the fact that you can easily put the guitar next, like the whammy bar next to the body, again, with little pressure, is insane. The fact that the strings hold up to that is astounding too. And the fact you can pull it up so much and the strings will be relatively in tune. And the weird thing also is that when you pull down the whammy bar, the strings do get looser, but they aren't super floppy like they would be on a typical Floyd Rose, where it will pull it down, then your strings will just be flopping all over the place. These kind of stay relatively stable. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but it's insane. And of course, nylon strings on electric guitar is just a weird feeling altogether. Of course, you can't do some of your traditional normal licks on there just because the bends won't exactly work out. The strings are super slippy, but you can get some pretty cool tones out of it. And if you want this kind of tone, go for it. Get a quality Piezo pickup. Maybe not this one, because admittedly, bleh. But if you can get one where it picks up less of any of these resistance, and like ones that are on the John Petrucci guitars, for example, or the Godins, definitely go with that, because it's a wacky thing. Do I recommend you do this? It's a fun thing to mess around with and just to do at least once, but it's also a pain in the butt. Would I put nylon strings on a Floyd Rose again? No, absolutely not, for the sense of it's not practical, it took forever, and I really have no use for this. So nylon strings will be coming off. But anyway, guys, really hope you got a kick out of this video. If you didn't see part one, definitely go check out the regular nylon string on electric guitar video. Again, if you want to see this experiment done on a Fender style guitar with the Fender style trem system, and or on a guitar with a Bigsby, let me know down in the comment section below. And let's see what, if you have any other experiments for me to do, I would love to hear them. But anyway, guys, I'll go ahead and I'll see you all later. Goodbye, and good night. More importantly, have a good day, and I'll see you later.